is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. Everyone has skeletons in their closet, but you might be amazed at some of those in wrestling. Here are 10 shockingly dark and emotional secrets from WWE wrestlers. Some will shock you, while others may inspire you. Number 1. Sable was happy her husband died. As we discussed in our recent look at the rise and fall of Tammy Sunny Sytch, Sytch and Sable got off to a bad start from their first meeting. According to Sytch, one of the things that disgusted her about Sable was Sable's comment that her husband's death was the best thing that ever happened to her, because it allowed her to meet Mark Merrow, her husband at the time. Number 2. Sean Waltman was sexually abused as a child. Sean Waltman's in-ring talents have been overshadowed by his problems outside the ring. While we can't say his alcohol and drug abuse stemmed from sexual abuse, it is commonplace for people to deal with such experiences through substance abuse. Seeing a family friend deal with the same issues led to Waltman revealing he'd been sexually abused multiple times as a child. Waltman deserves praise for his courage in revealing this happened to him, perhaps even encouraging others to come forth and report this vile crime. Number 3. Jake Roberts and his siblings were sexually abused as children. Like Sean Waltman, Jake Roberts had battled personal demons, finding himself plagued by addictions to drugs and alcohol. In the WWE video Pick Your Poison, Roberts discussed sexual abuse he faced growing up. Roberts opened up even more to fellow wrestler Roddy Piper when Jake revealed his stepmother had molested him as a child. Jake also grappled with the fact that his mother was only 13 years older than him. Given Jake's experiences, it's no surprise he's battled personal demons, and his recent reformation is all the more inspiring. Number 4. The Undertaker was hospitalized for alcohol poisoning. Wrestlers need to be careful with whom they party with, particularly when their drinking buddy happens to be Jake the Snake Roberts. According to this anecdote, The Undertaker enlisted the help of Jake Roberts in finding prime strip clubs during his time on the road, as Roberts was known for his encyclopedic knowledge of the world's best nudie bars. Unfortunately, 3 weeks on the road with Roberts led to The Undertaker being hospitalized for alcohol poisoning and having his stomach pumped. A hearty Undertaker shrugged it off and reportedly wrestled the same night. Number 5. The Rock faced homelessness as a youth. While Dwayne Johnson is living the good life now as an A-list actor, life wasn't always easy. In a 2014 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Johnson recalls being 14, living with his mom, and making a scary discovery while they lived in Hawaii. "We were living in an efficiency that cost $120 a week. We came home and there's a padlock on the door and an eviction notice. My mum starts bawling. She just started crying and breaking down. Where are we going to live? What are we going to do?" Things did not change overnight, and The Rock faced a long road to stardom. Still, he credits this moment with inspiring him to shoot for success. That was the tipping point. It was about, what can I control with these two hands? The only thing I could do was train and build my body. The successful men I knew were men who built their bodies. Number 6. Hulk Hogan was suicidal after his divorce. Hulk Hogan's divorce hit him hard. So hard the man who'd ruled the wrestling world was despondent to the point of wanting to end his life. During an interview with Good Morning America, the Hulkster revealed, "Everything I've done, my whole career and my whole life, it's like it never happened. It's like I never existed. I was completely broken and destroyed, and said, what's the easiest way out of this? I mean, I was lost." Number 7. Scott Hall killed a man. Shortly before his wrestling career began, Scott Hall found himself in a moment of truth when a man pulled a gun on him outside an Orlando nightclub. Hall took the gun away, killing the man with his own gun. Hall was charged with second-degree murder, but the charges were reportedly dropped due to lack of evidence, and Hall claiming self-defense. Number 8. Chavo Guerrero talked to Chris Benoit after he'd murdered his family. The horror of the Chris Benoit suicide murder was made all the more horrific when Chavo Guerrero learned Chris Benoit called him after Benoit murdered his wife and young son. No one but Chavo knows what Benoit said, but the circumstances alone must haunt him to this day. Number 9. Mr. Fuji fed someone their own dog. The devious one Mr. Fuji was known for his many ribs in the WWF, but fans can only wonder if it inspired the Big Boss Man and Al Snow Pepper incident. Legend has it that one of Fuji's wrestling rivals was trying to upstage him as the top Japanese talent in the promotion they worked in. Fuji took matters into his own hands, inviting his colleague over for a spaghetti dinner. Mr. Fuji feigned illness and abstained from eating until his colleague finished the dinner, only for Fuji to reveal he had just eaten his dog. At number 10, Dolph Ziggler dated Amy Schumer. Whether Dolph Ziggler was asked to do research for a reprise of the WWE's Piggy James angle or it was a case of chubby chasing, the fact Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag on Amy Schumer is shocking. Fans can only wonder whether Ziggler went to the root of Glenn Quagmire and said, "Fat chicks need love too, they just have to pay." Or Boston Legal's Denny Crane, who famously said, "Now don't go knocking fat girls, I love chubby sex." Either way, this is one secret Ziggler probably wishes hadn't been exposed. Well guys, there you have it, 10 shockingly dark and emotional secrets from WWE wrestlers. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.